अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मैं हूँ अली फरीद ख्वाजा फ्रॉम के ट्रेड के एस बी। 2021 ख़त्म हो रहा है और 2022 की कल हम अपने एनुअल इन्वेस्टर समिट में अपने इन्वेस्टमेंट आउटलुक देंगे। पिछले साल मार्केट्स ने कैसा परफॉर्म किया, हमारी फोरकास्ट कैसी थी और हाउ डिड आवर फोरकास्ट डिड रिलेटिव टू द एक्चुअल परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ 2021. दिस इज़ व्हाट वी विल डिस्कस इन दिस वीडियो टुडे. सो ऑन द 11th of December 2020, ऑलमोस्ट इसी टाइम पर पिछले साल मैंने एक रिपोर्ट लिखी थी, ईयर अहेड रीस्टार्ट 4 themes and where to invest in 2021. Some things in my forecast have turned wrong, some things have turned right, and this is the time to assess what went wrong and what went right. So let's go over it. 2021 was a year of restart. ग्लोबल इकॉनमी कोविड के से निकल रही थी और 2020 में जो मैसिव ग्लोबल रिसेशन था उसके बाद से एक ग्रोथ में रिकवरी थी. इफ़ यू रिमेंबर इन 2020 द ग्लोबल इकॉनमी shrunk by 4.4%, and that's why 2021 was the year of recovery. We saw this recovery in Pakistan as well. Our economy GDP is expected to grow by around 4%, but the market has been much volatile because the market rallied very strongly the year before. तो 2021 के लिए हमने जो कुछ थीम्स रेज किए थे कि जो इम्पोर्टेंट है, उसमें पहला थीम था जियो पॉलिटिक्स. और जियो पॉलिटिक्स में हमने बात की थी कि US China tensions will pick up because there's a new regime, a new government in the US. So we have seen that all of that play very strongly. इस लेवल तक अब टेंशन द US चाइना के डिफरेंट ब्लॉक्स बन गए हैं जियो पॉलिटिकल, और चाइनीज़ कंपनीज आर नाउ डी लिस्टिंग फ्रॉम द US एंड लिस्टिंग इन द लोकल मार्केट्स, एंड द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ द चाइनीज़ मार्केट्स एंड द चाइनीज़ stocks which are listed in the US has been very hit by this. Of course, Pakistan is also in the middle of this geopolitical tension, and we have seen that play out, and I think this will continue to play out going forward. One of the bigger aspect of that was managing the relationship with the Middle Eastern countries, UAE and Saudi Arabia. उसमें हमने देखा है कि government of Pakistan has managed that and mend the relationship with both of those countries, especially Saudi Arabia, and we have seen that in terms of Pakistan getting investment from that. The year before that, in fact, a couple of years before that, it seemed that Pakistan was geopolitically aligning more closely with Qatar and Turkey. But over the last 12 months, as we predicted, we have seen Pakistan make greater political inroads and relationships with its older allies, especially the Saudi Arabia. The second key theme which we highlighted was digitalization, 5G, fintech and Bitcoin, and broadly blockchain. And मैं यहाँ पे highlight करता रहूँ कि this is not an investment recommendation for Bitcoin. Of course, as a regulated company, we do not offer any kind of investment advice on Bitcoin, or nor do we offer any kind of trading platform for Bitcoin. But from a global markets perspective, and a technology perspective, there has been massive growth in this asset class. And this is one of the things which we did mention, that we thought that Bitcoin will rally, and I'll run you through the numbers. We have seen Bitcoin go up by more than 127% over year to date in 2021. 5G का roll out में थोड़ा slow down है, but digitalization में Pakistan had massive growth as we predicted. More than $300 million of foreign investment has come into Pakistani VC scene, and we think this is a structural trend which will only continue in 2022. The third theme we talked about was social impact and climate change. This again has become much bigger. We have seen electric cars. We have seen, recently there was COP26, the summit in Glasgow. So all global countries are committing to it. Of course, Pakistan में $1 billion trees movement, Imran Khan government की जो है, it's gaining pace. And now we are also seeing Pakistani companies committing to be net zero in terms of the carbon emission. So this has been a theme which has played out quite strongly. ESG, climate change, social impact, and it will become more dominant in the years ahead. So again, a prediction which has been true. The fourth theme which we talked about was both medtech and mental health. So as we said, while 2021 is a year of recovery, coronavirus can return. So we saw that with the rise of Delta variant in the first half of the year and now with Omicron. So ये बात समझना बड़ा important है कि what Corona has shown is that this is a regime change. Viruses will increase the frequent because they mutate. So the frequencies of viruses and their forms and shapes will keep on changing. So the global spending on medtech will continue to remain high, and also mental health care will become a much more important topic. पाकिस्तान में हमने देखा, we wrote this report in December, और पाकिस्तान में हमने mental health care का recently पिछले कुछ महीनों में इंसिडेंट्स के बाद अवेयरनेस और ज़्यादा इंक्रीज़ हुई है कि जो इस्लामाबाद में there was a tragic incident of a person killing a girl. So I think again I don't think that's a one-off. I think we will see more and more attention going towards such cases, unfortunately, which from an investment perspective means that there will be greater investment into medtech, healthcare, pharmacy. So what did we say where to invest? So our view was that current oil, so the place where we have been right the most is that we think that oil prices will continue to rally driven by the recovery, and that's exactly what we saw, that at that time oil prices were around $40 and then they went up to $80, so more than 100% growth in oil prices. Gold we thought will remain stable at around plus 5 to 10%, which is where it is as well. I still think that gold is a good asset to own. What is happening is that instead of owning gold, people are buying digital gold, which is Bitcoin, internationally, not in Pakistan, of course. So that's another forecast which has been right. On the currencies, we have been wrong. We thought that the currency will depreciate by 7%, but there has been greater depreciation of rupee because of higher current account deficit. And on Pakistani stocks, we thought that the market will continue to rally, and we thought that it will go up by 25%. Instead of that, the market has been flat. Within the stocks, the place where we have been right, of course, is the technology sector. So I was just looking at the numbers shared by my colleagues in the research team. So I'll just run you through that. That last year, year to date, technology stocks in Pakistan, so the KSB Tech Index is up 35%. Now that's, so I have the numbers in front of me now. So KSB Tech Index is up 35%. Overall, KSB 100 is flat, it's up only 0.8%. And so there's almost 34.2% outperformance by the technology companies. And the important thing in this is that Pakistani technology companies have outperformed S&P 500, which was up 26%. They've outperformed NASDAQ 100, which was up 24%. So again, a lot of people say to me that it's better to invest in the US, it's better to invest in S&P, but the data shows that Pakistani technology companies have outperformed all of these, the US indices in the year 2021. And of course, those are 20 में Pakistani technology companies की जो हमारा KSB Tech Index set was up 226%. So this was not just a one-off, it was on a back of an already strong performance. Bitcoin was up 127%, oil was up 44%, gold was down 4%, so it missed our forecast. Within the stocks in Pakistan, Systems was up 100%, stock double ho gaya. Mizan was up 60%, Golema Textile was up for 54%, Angro Fertilizer was up 49%, Capco, the energy company, was up 45% as well. Faisal Bank up 44%, Angro Polymer was up 42%. The worst performing stocks last year have been Glaxo, down 28%, DG Khan Cement. So cement had a lot of pressure, DG Khan down 33%, Honda Car down 36%, Shell down 39%, Pakistan Electron down 46%, and National Refineries down 50%. Hascol, of course, which had major issues, the share price was down 56%. So that was the performance of last year, that Pakistan market was flat. Technology, both in the public market as well as in the private market, had massive outperformance. That outperformance in the public market was greater than even the US markets. Oil rallied very strongly. Gold was down. Cryptocurrencies had a massive rally, and we saw on the macro trends, structural trends. Um, Although there was a global economic recovery, we saw new variants of COVID come back again, so the markets have been volatile. And the biggest theme, which was not mentioned in this report, but I did write about it in March 2021, is inflation. That inflation has been the major theme now, which is affecting global markets, and I think that would be the key theme for 2022. But we'll discuss that next week after our conference tomorrow, where we will talk more about where to invest in 2022. So do watch our conference on our Zoom pages, and if you're in Karachi and if you are a customer of K-Trade, do contact us and join us for our event tomorrow. Thank you. Hafiz.